Breaststroke is the most popular recreational style of swimming as it is the easiest to do and was actually one of the first ever strokes invented. However, if you're looking to seriously improve your breaststroke, then this video is for you. Because in today's video, I'm going through the 3 biggest breaststroke mistakes all swimmers make so you can avoid them. Let's start off with mistake number 1, which is something a lot of swimmers get wrong, and that is your timing. On breaststroke and butterfly, you can have the best pull in the world, you can have the best kick in the world, but if you are not doing those things at the right time, your breaststroke simply will not work. PBRL are the 4 letters I want you to remember in order to master your breaststroke timing. Start off by laying completely flat on the surface with your arms extended in your nice tight V-line position, which involves putting your pointing fingers together and making that nice small V shape. Focus on covering your head as much as possible and keeping your legs together. Starting off with letter number 1, which is P and stands for your pull, which means the first thing you have to do on your breaststroke is separate your arms by pulling the water out to the side just outside of your shoulders. Followed by letter number 2, which is B, and that is your breathing, meaning as soon as your arms separate, your head should already be coming out of the water ready to take your breath. Moving on to R, which is your recovery, which means as you have finished your pull and you have taken your breath, you are now ready to recover back into your V-line position. And finally, the last step to mastering your breaststroke timing is your legs or your kick. So as you are pushing your arms forward and getting back into that nice tight V-line position is the moment when you want to kick and make sure you are snapping your legs around, ready to glide for 2 to 3 seconds. What you do not want to do is get halfway through your pull and then start to try lift your head out of the water to take your breath. This is something I see all the time, swimmers being halfway through their pull and then they try to lift their head up, and that means you then have to try and play catch up with your arms and your legs, which is simply not going to work. Moving on to mistake number 2, which is kicking way too wide. What you must understand is the wider your kick or the bigger the movement, the slower it is going to be. Therefore, the closer together you can keep your knees, the better and the faster and sharper your breaststroke is going to be. I want you to think of your breaststroke kick as a W shape, meaning your knees need to stay nice and close together and focus on bringing your feet out as wide as you possibly can without letting your knees come too far apart. This may feel very unnatural to start with, but again, as I mentioned, you want to keep that leg kick nice and narrow, which will allow you to have that nice powerful snap in your breaststroke kick. A very good drill for this is to simply put a pull buoy between your legs and practice your breaststroke kick that way. Of course, if you allow your knees to come too far apart, your pull buoy will simply fall out, meaning you are kicking way too wide. This will allow you to get into the good habit of keeping your knees nice and narrow, which will then hopefully transfer onto your full stroke swim. If you don't have a pull buoy, you can use something like a resistance band or an elastic band to tie your legs together, which will help you keep those knees nice and close. Before we move on to mistake number 3, I want you to go back to the pool, do 25 or 50 meters of you just trying to see how many kicks you can do within 25 or 50 meters. Of course, the lower the number, the better. If you are a beginner, I would recommend doing anywhere between 15 to 20 kicks. If you are starting to get a little bit more serious and a little bit more advanced, anywhere between 8 to 12 kicks is a very good number to target and aim for. So the less kicks you are doing, the better your breaststroke kick actually is. So this could be a very good progress measuring tactic. Track how many kicks you are doing per 25 or 50 meters over the course of 3 to 4 months and see if you are bringing those numbers down every single time. And moving on to mistake number 3, which is incorrect arm pull. Once again, what I like to do is break things down into simple steps. In this case, I like to break the pull down into 4 separate parts: the press, the scoop, the squeeze, and the shoot. As you initiate your pull, you want to make sure your palms are facing out to the side and you are pressing to just outside of your shoulders. You then want to rotate your palms towards the bottom of the pool and focus on scooping as much water as possible. And make sure you do not allow your elbows to go behind your body. Once you have scooped the water, you can then focus on bringing your elbows together and squeezing them into your sides as much as possible. This will allow you to get nice and high out of the water, ready to shoot forward. Now, the reason why the final step is called shoot, because it is very important for it to be nice and fast. The quicker you can get back into your V-line position once you have taken your breath and once you've scooped the water, the better and the faster your breaststroke is going to be. Once again, this is where so many people go wrong. They come up, they take their breath, and they are simply taking way too long to get back into that nice, tight V-line position. Do not waste any time. As soon as you have come up nice and high out the water and have taken your breath, focus on shooting forward as quickly as you possibly can. Once you have mastered these 4 checkpoints, you can then combine them into one single continuous movement to make a beautiful, amazing, fast breaststroke pull. Thank you so much for watching. If there's anything you want to see next, please do not hesitate to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next.